For more than 6 months, CBS 6 has been investigating the events that led up to the death of Charles Byers, a man shot by Chesterfield police after they say he advanced toward officers while holding a hatchet. Shortly before he was killed, Byers had been dealing with a mental health crisis and was taken to a Richmond hospital.
Investigative reporter Tyler Lane shares the exclusive footage of what happened inside that hospital and why Byers was ultimately forced to leave. We want to warn you, this story may be difficult to watch.
Stop resisting! I'm gonna tase you!
Video obtained exclusively by CBS 6 shows the interactions between a mentally ill hospital patient and Richmond police, security, and medical staff just 36 hours before the man's death.
It's just really, really hard to watch the beginning of the last moments of his life.
It's sad because we know that was just the first act of a tragedy that had multiple acts leading to our son's untimely death, a death that could have been prevented.
Peggy and Michael Byers' 34-year-old son, Charles Byers, who lived with schizoaffective disorder, suffered an episode on July 5, 2023. His mother took him to HCA's Chippenham Hospital, where he was later found roaming the halls and heard voices and saw things that weren't there, court records say. So early the next morning, Byers was placed under a temporary detention order, with the Richmond magistrate ordering that he receive involuntary psychiatric treatment for up to 72 hours. Byers was admitted into Chippenham's Stucker Pavilion. 3 hours later, hospital staff say he became aggressive towards staff while they tried to move him to a room on another floor. When Byers refused to get onto an elevator, a Richmond police officer was called to assist.
No, I can't cooperate. I can just wait till my hearing, and the real cops will come get me.
Why don't you want to take the elevator?
Because I don't trust you specifically.
Byers is unintelligible on many occasions throughout the exchange. Behavior his parents say was typical when he was in crisis.
The paranoia, there was a lot of anxiety. I could tell from his behavior, the way he talked to the people, it was quiet.
About 7 minutes in, a security officer suggests that police handcuff him if he won't cooperate.
If you're comfortable with it, he maybe can clank him in one officer on each side, you know, just to diffuse the situation right now.
I think that's going to aggravate the situation.
12 minutes into the video, an employee arrives to give Byers a shot in his arm, seemingly for motion sickness. The group agrees to give him a few minutes for the effects to kick in and then get him on the elevator.
You first.
Let's go. Come on, Charles. Here, I got you. Come on. I'll go down with you.
But Byers still declines. Then a nurse again suggests that the RPD officer handcuff him.
Come on, just take him down.
24 minutes in, after multiple refusals, a nurse reaches for Byers, and he can be seen grabbing the nurse's wrist. The RPD officer and nurse then grab Byers and try to stand him up.
You want to get tased?
No, sir.
Well, it's going to happen.
Let him cuff you, okay? Let him cuff you. We're done talking.
They struggle with Byers and then bring him to the ground. The patient appears to resist being handcuffed. 26 minutes in, unable to handcuff Byers, the RPD officer says,
Stop resisting! I'm gonna tase you! I've had enough! Put your hands behind your back! Do it now!
The officer threatens to tase him multiple times and says if he doesn't comply, he'll have to, quote, take the ride.
Because right now, you're probably going to jail instead of staying here for treatment.
33 minutes in, the nurse asks the RPD officer to take him away.
At this point, I would just request that you guys take him.
You're the one that got kicked?
Yeah.
In response, the nurse nods his head. The Richmond police officer says that Byers is under arrest for kicking a medical worker, though the body camera footage viewed by CBS 6 does not clearly show a kick.
It just could have been handled so much differently, and we would have had a different outcome. You know, he would be with us today if he had gotten the help he needed instead of been thought of as an annoyance or a problem or a bother.
After being removed from the hospital, Byers would be taken to jail to go before a Richmond magistrate on an assault charge, and the magistrate would ultimately release him. A day and a half later, Byers would end up half a mile from his house in Chesterfield County, attempting to break into homes. Chesterfield police responded, and officers shot and killed him. They say that Byers advanced towards them them after refusing to drop a hatchet.
My mind just wanders into that scene of him on that street and those two officers, and one officer firing six rounds into his torso. But our faith tells us that he's in heaven now, and we will join him soon. So.
Now, the family has filed a $35 million lawsuit against HCA Healthcare and Richmond Police, claiming violation of patient rights, unlawful arrest, and negligence. The defendants have since responded, requesting that the suit be dismissed. They claim their actions were in accordance with the law and did not cause Byers' death. I'm Tyler Lane, CBS 6 News.
Thank you, Tyler. And Tyler's done extensive reporting on this case. If you have a story for him, you can reach out. Just call Tyler at the number you see there on your screen. You could also email him at tyler.lane@WTVR.com.